Hi, Robin O.P. Parnell here with you. This week we're talking runes. Now the runes, that's them. Those little things in front of me. Now with the runes, unlike the tarot cards, I've never tried to learn the meanings of the runes, which is why I have my lovely book in front of me. My book of psychic empowerment. So there's lots of interesting things in this book, one of them being the runes. Now, the runes are from the Nordic tradition. There's actually some interesting information in here, and there's actually a lot of wonderful information about the runes, where they come from, the tradition, all on the internet, so I'm not going to go through that with you at the moment. But just be aware of the fact that it's it's another ancient divination tool. And when you use these tools like the runes, the I Ching, the tarot cards, what you're doing is you're giving your spirit guides a tool to help give you guidance. So rather than them having to whisper to you or give you signs, you're using a tool that spirit can use to give you guidance. So it's similar to the others, except as I said with this one, I haven't tried to learn the I Ching either, because that's just too complicated. 64 hexagrams with long meanings. So I just keep my runes book handy. There's lots of good books around, as I said, and lots of free information on the internet. I'll send you some too, of course. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a reading. Probably do a few readings actually. I've got two sets of runes here. This is one that I've just laid out so you can see what they are. They've just got these curious ancient Nordic symbols on them that relate to like a creation myth, fire and ice. If you imagine where we're talking about, Northern Hemisphere, some of these, the runes have to do with basic things like fire, ice, survival, travel, oxes, carts, just basic survival stuff. But they can be used nowadays to give us guidance. I've also got another set of runes in here. When I do readings, I don't drop my runes out of the bag like this. I've just got them there so you can see them. When I do a reading, I keep my runes in here. This is a set of runes exactly the same. The reason I keep them in the bag is I just think it's easier. I can just jiggle them around and pick one. The easiest reading to do is a simple 3 card if you're doing tarot, or 3 rune if you're doing runes. So it's just a basic past, present, future. That I find is the easiest reading to do with the rune. So we'll do one then, shall we? Okay, what do I want to know? Let's see. I'm just going to ask... I usually write these things down. It's easier to write the runes down, I think. You'll find out as I go through it. So I'm just going to say what's going to happen with Cyclone Santa, which is one of my screenplays. There you go. So we'll do a past. Just going to jiggle them around. Okay, there's one rune. Don't know if you can see that, but we'll put that there for a minute. Don't want to get them mixed up. You guys just go over there. And I'm going to do my present. And I'm going to do my future. Oh, it better be good, hey? Better be good. I feel like that's the cross lotto here. Ooh. And what did I get? Well, we'll find out in a minute. Okay, so I record all my readings in a journal just because I like to refer back to them. So I'm going to just draw what this rune is for my own reference. And in the book, I'm going to find it. So in the book, one of the reasons I don't try and remember the runes is because I can't pronounce them. I can see the symbol, I can look for it. Let me see, I will find the pretty picture. But I am not going to tell you what the word, like the Nordic word, because no. Manners. That's actually, I'm sure it does not sound like that. But anyway, that's it. So what does this one mean? It means, well, man and his connection to the divine, humanity, the self, the world. So it's positive that I can expect help, forethought, new career opportunities. One of the things that's interesting with this is that it gives me the tarot card meaning too. And the tarot card meaning is the magician, which for me means something that hasn't manifested yet. So that just means for me, not yet manifested. And that works for me in the past. I mean, I have the screenplay, but I guess whatever I want hasn't manifested yet. So the next one looks like that. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to try and find it. I think that's the first one. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, as I said. Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to embarrass myself. Okay, so what does this mean? Looking at this now, as I said to you, some of the meanings relate back to the ancient traditional times. So we have here wealth, fulfillment, cattle, nourishment, possessions. I mean, I guess at the time I would have had cattle. Nourishment would have been important to me. A more modern kind of look at the meaning for this is success, abundance, luck, fulfillment, property. So that works for me. I'm just going to say, let's say, that's going to be luck. We'll call that luck. Just because, well, that's what I heard my spirit guides say. Okay, the next one. Now, the next one, sometimes when you look at them and you're starting off, you don't even know which way they go up, whether it's upside down or the right way up. That's why I got my book here and I'm going to refer to it, find out what it is. Okay, there it is there. I'll just draw it here. Okay, so, okay. Now, again, as I said, traditional meanings. Water, womb of the great mother. Flow, lake. Mysteries, organic growth, psychic matters, the source, the underworld. Now, more, I guess, modern meanings. Life energies, movement below surface, manifestation from other planes, renewal, success in travel. So interestingly that we, at the beginning here, we had not yet manifested, and one of the meanings here is manifestation. So that looks good to me. So I'm just going to say for nice, just because it's nice, start with not yet manifested, finish with manifestation. So anyway, sounds very positive. Looking at that, going to the tarot card meaning, it's the star. So hope, faith and meaning. What was the tarot card reading for the second one? The Tower. Ooh, something life-changing, shakes my foundations. Woohoo! Okay, because it's luck, I'm going to take it as a very positive thing. So that's a simple past, present, future. One of the things I like about the runes is when I was in my legal battle with Era, the runes was one of the only things I could get that would take me to the outcome. Like the I Ching wanted to do the next stage, the tarot cards the next stage. Whereas with the I Ching, I could get right to the outcome. So I knew what was going to happen, which was great. And the runes were right. Or I should say my spirit guides, of course, because they're the ones guiding me through the runes. Now what I'll do is I'll pop them back in there. Now, there are other readings you can do. Another one I quite like to do is the one that I showed you with the tarot cards with the general reading. So if I was going to stay after the same question, why not? And use that reading the general reading I did with the tarot cards. What I do is I put one in the middle. Now there is a blank in the runes. I tend not to use it. I mean, it is in here. But if it comes out, I put another one because, let's face it, a blank's not much good for us, especially if it comes out in the future. So if it comes into a future position or it comes into a reading like this, I usually just pick again. Okay, so now when I do the general reading, I put this one down first, then this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one, and hopefully you can see all those. And I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's just the way I do it. I put the middle one, bottom, right, left, and top. It doesn't really matter. Spirit will give you the guidance that you need at the time. So again, the same sort of thing I do is I'm going to look that one up, if you can see that. With all these things, the best thing to do is just to play around with it yourself. As I said, there's lots of free sites on the internet. I'll send you some information, the ones that I like. Oh, goodness, can't find that one. That's a curly one. Well, it's where I'm coming from anyway, so, well, we'll try this one. Let me see. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Ah, there it is. Okay, so that one is... Oh, I like that. That's progress, prosperity, peace. Sounds good to me. Traditionally, like it's good year, good season or harvest, so very, very positive. And success, spear. I suppose a spear is positive. So that's good. Now this one here, this is what's going to happen. Let me see. So with a general reading, it's like this is where you're starting from. You go to here. So whatever this one means, so I might have a look for that one again after. But this one is, I'm obviously making some progress. I've had a good year. Now this one here, so this is what's going to happen. Now this one is the sun, life energy, revelation, more modern kind of meaning, advancement, change of residence, power for change, time of renewal, victory, very positive. So let's say it's advancement. Now this one here looks like a cross, like an X. So let me see where's that one. Because this is what's going to happen, and it's going to be interesting. Ooh, traditional meanings: gift, love, exchange of powers, blessing, generosity, hospitality, partnership. So, exchange of power between gods and humans. Interesting. So it's a positive one. Promotion, windfall. So I actually just heard Spirit say there's a partnership, so I'm going to take that as my guidance there. So all coming out very positively. And you know, at the end of the day, that's all you really need to know, isn't it? So even if you find perhaps some of the meanings a bit complicated, the most important thing is really, I'm getting very positive messages here. So to me, I mean, that's the most important thing. That's the main thing I need to know. Seem to be getting success, advancement. So I'm quite happy to take those messages. So this one sort of looks like a, well, it's a bit like a H or an N. Now, let's see what this one is. Okay. Interesting. So this one, it means ice, hail, snow, natural forces. But one of what this book says is bringing opposites into harmony. So, and the tarot card is the world card. And the world card for me means a time of achievement. So that's, if I'm in doubt at all, it is handy to be able to refer to the tarot card and go, oh, okay, that's a time of achievement. So that's good. So, yep, sounds good to me. So that's another, a little bit more complicated and a little bit longer reading. So really you can do any reading you like. If you've got a particular tarot card reading you like, you can use them for the runes as well. But the simplest one is really just the past, present and future reading. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you benefited from that. I do like the runes. As I said, they really helped me when I was in my legal battle with Era, because I could get the outcomes. I could get the outcome through the runes, and it was right, and I was happy with the outcome. So it definitely helped me. So just have fun. You don't need to do everything that I teach you. You don't have to do it all. You know, if you don't like the runes, don't do them. But have a go. Practice, enjoy, have a go. Maybe it's the runes that really resonates with you. Maybe it's the tarot cards. Maybe you don't like the tarot. Maybe it's the pendulum. Maybe you hate the pendulum. Maybe you love tea leaf reading. The idea of learning these things is so that, well, you know how to do them. If you need to do them, you can do them. But really to find out, what do you like? What works for you? What's the best thing for you? We've still got some more things that I'm going to teach you in future weeks. As I said, you don't, if someone comes to you for a reading, or you do a reading for someone, you don't have to do all of these things. Just do what works for you, what resonates with you. But it's handy to know them, and it's handy to try them, just in case. I mean, what happens if you become the world's best rune reader? So have fun, sing out if you've got any questions, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.